Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Zaid Comics channel. I'm Brandon, this is Phil, the writer and artist for Zaid Comics and Magic Cop and the Lost Pages, just the two best looking brothers in all of comics. And today we're doing another update about the Lost Pages, and there's a lot of new things. We've talked about some of them before, but we're actually showing things off now. One of them is, at first we reached a stretch goal, so everybody gets this postcard like we've been doing for our campaigns. And so I did the art for that, and we could show that off now. So I did this cool kind of interpretive piece for the silhouette. It's all traditional. I did it with Copic markers, and I think it's cool. I don't know how the mail is going to feel about shipping it through the mail, but we'll see. Yeah, I wanted to do like the skyline, kind of do that iconic silhouette gun that he has, and then the Chicago City sign at the bottom there. And then, of course, I wanted to bring in that red tone like the Silhouette comics always have, where it's just black, white, and red, like a newspaper.
Yeah, super cool. It definitely didn't really have a concept for this.
Right.
It just left it up to you and be like, you got to do a postcard, and we had a spot for another stretch goal. I think it was 23,000.
Right.
To unlock that.
Yeah, I wanted to do something different that wasn't just the character standing there cool or something. So I went in this like a little bit more surreal style way of doing it.
Yeah,
stylistic.
I dig it. What we always try to do is when maybe like a month or so before we start fulfilling, we'll send out the first 100 domestic backers. We'll send those out early to give them like kind of like stir the pot of anticipation,
right,
for the backers and getting their books. So hopefully we can do that this time as well.
Yeah, make the people who didn't back the book jealous. Why am I getting this postcard? Yeah, so that was one of the things that we finished last week. So it's in this update too. And then there's the next thing, which is the trading card. Right. So we've talked about this before, the El Dorado trading card. And we're doing something a little bit different, like we did on the first Lost Pages campaign with the Silhouette trading card. We made it a little bit more exotic. We wanted it to be something a little more special for the backers to have if they were able to get their hands on it. And if I'm not mistaken, this is a card that everybody's going to get?
So this is a card that only people who are on the mailing list. So this is the Jon Malin list card. Drawn by Jon. And colors by our boy Eugene, who did the colors on Magic Cop, of course. And yeah, so this one is going to be a special foil card that's limited to those people on the mailing list. And we might have it available again in the future, or some special extra way to grab that. But yeah, this is going to be really cool. It's the first time that we're doing any foil material.
Yeah.
It has like a spot foil on it. And as you can see here, it's going to have his medallion, and this golden face is going to be part of the foil, as well as the background. And I've seen other people do kind of like all foil cards, which works out, but I think the way you set it up, Brandon, it's definitely going to set the character away from that foil, because we did the spotting, so the background, kind of that magic around his hand is also going to have that shine to it, but he's going to stand out kind of like in the foreground of all that. Yeah,
he's masked away from the rest of the foil, so he's going to have a nice high contrast, so he's not necessarily shiny as well. I know these are going to be very sought after now that finding out that they're exclusives to the mailing list. I know with that first Silhouette matte finish trading card that we had, there were people like after the campaign, and people asking about if they could get their hands on those cards. So this is something that if you guys want one of these exotic cards, it's just as easy as going and signing up on the mailing list. And you get the information about that as well.
And I think showing this off now, that we had a lot of people on the mailing list. We had like 430 people on there. So I know there's still some people out there that haven't backed yet that were part of the mailing list. This will give them a little more incentive to grab a copy now.
Sure, yeah, because, you know, putting this stuff up on a store later or anything like that, you know, maybe in a comic book shop or something, this is something that you'll miss out on and definitely might not be able to get your hands on later, you know, unless it's some weird special circumstance or something.
Right. So, and speaking of the spot foil, our next stretch goal, when we reach 30,000, we're going to do that treatment to the main cover of the book, and that everybody's going to be getting that. It's kind of an upgrade to the book. Wherever you see the gold on that cover, we want to put that shiny gold foil on there as well. That's, again, the first time we'll ever be doing that, and something I would like to do going forward with these Lost Pages books, because I mentioned it on streams before, but the next few stories have kind of a theme of gold, whether it be involved with the villain or other stuff in the future. It's going to be really cool. So I want to keep that kind of uniform cover style where there's going to be, if we can make it, that gold foil on the cover. I think that would be super, super cool. And we're working on kind of a mock-up to show that off on the main page to kind of hype that up and get people involved so they want to unlock that.
I think that's one of the biggest stretch goals that we've had, where we're actually changing the book, doing a book upgrade, you know, because like heavier page weight or something like that is kind of a given, you know, but this is a big deal. You know, this would be like just before hard covering your book or something like that, you know, because we're always doing perfect bound things. So like, this is a big deal. Hopefully you guys get out there and share this around, you know, to potential backers that have not backed yet, or people that you might think are interested in the book that we have coming out.
And like everybody's always talking about, like, how do you price stuff out and gauge how much money you need for funding and stuff like that. Before we launched the campaign, we looked into this, because this is something we were planning on doing from the beginning once we got that awesome cover from Preston. So I hit up the printer and asked them if we were able to do this, and they had the capabilities of doing that. They gave us a quote on the cover, and we were actually able to keep the kind of like Zaid Comics soft touch cover along with that. So if this does happen, it'll still have that awesome texture to the cover, as well as that foil overlaid on top of that. So I can't wait to get there and feel how that's going to come out. It's so cool. Also, another great update is the print file for the Lost Pages 1 reprint is done. It's uploaded to the printer's site, and all we have to do right now is kind of push the go button to get a proof copy. So this week we'll be sending out for proof copies of that to see that new cover on the Lost Pages 1, and some remastered letters on there, as well as some updated promo pages in the back of that. So I'm really excited about that. So everything's really coming together. Progress on the book for the main book, I want to say we have like 15 more pages to get done on that, which is amazing, and around the same amount of pages for maybe a little bit less for the ash can. So everything's rolling, and all we have to do now is just throw everything together. I started lettering the book a couple nights ago, so everything's going great over here at Zaid Comics.
Yeah, that's awesome to hear. So if you guys liked the video, please like it down below, and maybe subscribe to the channel if you have not already, or share it out on social media. We never say that. That's a good idea, right? Yeah. And if you guys are interested in anything of Magic Cop or Lost Pages, check out zaidcomics.com if you want to follow us on social media or anything. All of our links are up there, as well as the links to all of our stores for merchandise and other art as well. So you guys can check out zaidcomics.com. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you tonight on the Hardline. And keep tuning into Zaid Comics on YouTube.
See you, everybody.
But the minds of the scum and the souls of the vile know nothing of the darkness shrouded within the silhouette. Only on Indiegogo.